Yay. Hi. How you doing? Why is it? The shade's closed and the camera's really bright. That's weird. Anyways. Hi, it's Wednesday. It continues to be cold, and I hate it. Although, actually, today it's actually a little bit warmer. But I think it's gonna drop back down after that. So... Actually, no, tomorrow it should be, like, also 70s for the high. So after tomorrow, I think it's supposed to just go back down into the 60s, and then it's just like, hey, it's fall! Woohoo! Sorry, did not mean to whack that. I wiped these. Why are these so boggy looking? Okay, it's slightly better. Must have been a smudge. Oh well. But yeah, gonna be doing some digital art and things. And I think I've said hi like 4 times already in the past 3 minutes, so that's a new record. So yeah, not terribly much of anything to really discuss before we get into things. I got some emotes, which I'm going to be fiddling around with the bit emote, the one that I have here, just changing around the colors to fit the color scheme for the rest of them. Got some decaf green tea. Add some... Yay! Yay breakfast. Also, yay tea. Tea is good. I like tea. Also, I wonder if I should make a teacup my other emote. Maybe. But either way, let me get over here. I know it's up, but there it is. I'm like, it should be picking that up. I would hope so by now. Although I really got a way to figure out how to get this and the side panels to not show. Anyway, let's see. Which color do I want it as? I think this color. Yeah. Let's grab this brush here. Lot the layer. But yeah, I'm basically just changing the colors to be the same colors as the sheep. Also, why is that not bigger? Also, this thing is lagging a bit. Yeah, it's definitely lagging a little bit. And I haven't used it today so far, so it's not like, hey, it needed to close and reopen or anything like that. It shouldn't need to. Actually, yeah. And then the bars would be that color. That would be smarter. That would be smarter. So I forgot whether or not that was the darker magenta looking color. And then use this color for there. Although I kind of do want to straighten those lines because those lines kind of suck. Yeah. Also, I apparently missed a spot. Outline outside. I'm not in that much of a hurry, so oops. Wrong layer. Well, actually, no, right layer. I just unlocked it, that's why. I forgot. Alright. Or can I do it the other way and make it inverse? I wonder. Because, yeah, we have those, and then... Yeah, it's even lighter than that. And then, let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna have to be flipping in between these layers. That's probably gonna be annoying. But it's like a lot of comparison. No, that's too dark. That's way too dark. I would have to keep it the really, really... No, I think that's equally dark. Yeah. I would have to keep it the really dark color. Although in this case, I don't need to go there. I could just go here, architect the flat color, and even then that would look way too stark. So I'd probably have to keep the lines one of the lighter colors instead. Or else this will look really, really... bad. Let's see. Yeah. How about if I go one of the lighter colors and see how it goes from there. Alright, and then back to the outline here. Just make sure that's consolidated. And yeah, that part's right there, so gonna need to, whoops. I forgot that layer isn't locked either. Come on. Why are you lagging so much today? Oops. The hell did that happen? That is really strange. Okay, yeah, it's the lighter of the two. And if I make this basically be that this color. Oh. It would help if I were on that layer, like, tremendously. Alright, okay, that's making it pretty much not visible. So I have to go even lighter. Not a full pure on white. So what if I do that here? Alright. Oh, mouse is not even... Forgot to turn on the mouse. I'm only doing this just because this looks out of place in comparison to all the other emotes. Oh, that's why it's not moving, because I had the thing in my hand. Maybe. Yeah. That, or make it the really, really dark purple, but that purple's so dark it's almost black. Which, in dark mode, that's gonna be a problem, so that's probably not gonna work either. Oh well. Oh, and I forgot I had this color. I'm gonna probably use that for this, maybe. Yeah. And then... Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Oops. Where's that? White. Purple. And then... Actually... Go down here. And then... Maybe. Yeah. I think I could go with this. Although... Yeah, that one, and then... Yeah, I can't really use the gray. Is my main problem here. Do. Oh, that is darker. Alright, cool. Not by terribly much, but it is darker. I need a slight bit more of color difference going on here, so I might have to make probably... Hello? Did it not? Yeah, it didn't pick up that color. Or I might have accidentally put it over the other color. Alright. Alright, so this needs to go as a 112 by 112, so let's see. Size. Scale image to new size. Because this is 4,000 by 4,000. So gonna be a wee bit smaller. Put it mildly. Alright, 112 by 112. Okay, that's what it looks like at 100. Alright, 100%. So let me export. Come on. Export, export, export. No, I need it as a ping, please and thank you. PNG. Yes, I'm aware it exists. I need to change the colors. Save. Central Z. To get that to come back to, woof. To that size. And let's see, can I do that now? Yeah, no one's using it at the moment, really. Because I have a handful of people that are at that point that they can use that emote. Which it could... the emote thing can show you which emotes get used the most and the least. Which I think the max I can have... Default emotes. I didn't realize you could have some default emotes. Alright. Interesting. That is good to know for future reference. Anyhow. Let's see. So... Okay, remove from slot. Yeah, I'd rather keep that. And then upload this. This should not take long. It'd be great if it actually go automatically to the correct folder. So I don't have to go looking for things every time. That'd be great. Alright. I'll keep the same name distinction though. Maximum. Okay, it's visible in both light and dark mode. Cool. There. Alright. So that one's there. I think it's gonna take like a little bit. I know I have like instant approval and whatever, but it should take a minute. So anybody who's shared 1K should see this in like the next 5-10 minutes or something along those lines. Alright. So that covers that at least. So, where are you? There we are. So, the 10K slot is definitely the one I want to see about getting an emote into there. I don't know what it'll be. I mean, yes, I could probably put one of those default emotes in the slot for the meantime, but... I have an idea. I'm not sure. I was thinking something along the lines of using... Okay, why are you not going there? This, or something along the lines of this, but obviously, you know, a lot less detailed because, emotes don't take that much detail. But at the same time, given Halloween is, 11 days from now? It would kind of lose its importance real quick, which is a problem. Alright. But yeah, let me close this. Because I don't need that any further. Yes, yes, yes. Replace. Alright. So... waiting for blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I mean, arguably I could take that pumpkin thing I did for that wallpaper and potentially make that a quick emote. For the meantime, until like say Thanksgiving or something. Which, let me actually open that one. Is that there any? I think it is. Nope. That is an old thing I tried to do. I keep forgetting that exists. Open. It's jack-o'-lantern anyway, so it wouldn't be pumpkin. Because I'm always so inclined to think pumpkin rather than jack-o'-lantern. And... jack-o'-lantern. Nope. Nope. Wait, how big is that right now? Is it like 4K? Yeah, 4,000 by 4,000. So if I did that, and I changed the colors to... and change the colors to essentially Would it be typically palette-wise? Although, I might have to take off the top part and everything. Yeah. Wait, how did that happen? Are they all one? Yeah, I'll have to get rid of that. The pumpkin body. Alright, so remove the top for now. Give myself less work to do. Plus, it'll allow me more space. Let's see. If I go with this color, because that'll allow the eye glowing thing to work, but I'm not sure how that would work at such a small size. Because 112 by 112, you're not going to see a ton. Alright. Okay, I think that's slightly darker, so that actually works. It's just really distinctly difficult to tell. Like, I would have to go even darker to get that to show up how I want it to. So, let's actually go a little bit darker here. Yep. And that's if I keep that as the color. Is the thing. Alright. Then the eyes. I'd probably have to use one of the lighter purples for that, maybe. Or even the pink. Also, let me lock this layer. And then, long effect. Or maybe. Although, yeah, I feel like that might be a little too dark for dark mode. So, let's see. If I turn this into this color. Because that's the problem. Striking a balance between light mode and dark mode that it's visible on both is very much an annoyance. And then liner that too. I like that better. But if I kept the actual liner, that orange color, it's probably not going to work, so I might have to go with either the really light pink would probably work better. Because the orange is a little too stark. Although, ironically, is it purple and orange? I think. No, purple and yellow. What's that word? I'm trying to think of the damn word. And colors are directly opposite of each other on the color wheel. Which is why, red and green work and blue and orange work. And red and... not red. Yellow and purple work. Complementary, yeah. That's the word. Complementary. Although I could use the really deep. This for, if not this. Yeah, it definitely makes it look like it's glowing a little bit more, but eh. And then for these lines here. Ta-da! And given how thin it is, if I make this like small enough, although it probably wouldn't work at this size since I have to turn it down 112 by 112, which, let me actually export this. Actually, no, I have to change it to size, image, where is it? Not shear image. Trim, no. I don't want to trim it. Scale, there it is. Right there in my face. $112 by $112. That is always so jarring when it does that. Alright. So, do that and then, yeah, that would have to go a little bit bigger, so file, export, emote. So that's gonna have to change folder. Well, actually, no, that's in the correct folder right now. Do that. And then I would like this to move back now. All right. Oh, wait, no. That I definitely don't want to stay that way. There it is. All right, and save that so I don't accidentally save those group files together like so. And then go over here. Open this. Emotes. Here. Yes, please open. Oh wow, because that's... Okay, no. I was like, wait, it can't be that pixelated. There. And then make this fill the entire thing. So it's not too small. Come on. I very much need this whole thing to stay in lines. Because I don't want pieces of it cutting off. If I do it like this, it's gonna look... Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so... I think I could do this for now and then come back to something else later. Save. And then I need to close that because I won't be able to upload if I have the file open. Because that's a thing. Alright, so... for anybody with 5K-bit emote. Say hello to exclamation point spoop. Although I just closed it, so you can't see it anymore. But yeah. For now, this should be. And it looks like, yeah, it should work in both light and dark mode. So that works out for me. Yay! Awesome. Alright. Is it gonna be here immediately for me? I wonder. 'Cause I just put it there. Okay, it's showing the old hype, so yeah, it's gonna take a little bit, I think, for it to show the thing correctly. Which... where am I? Yeah. It's still showing the old one. Yeah. I've already put the new one in, so I guess it might take a little bit for it to decide to reset. Alright, so that means we have the bit... well, everything's at 10K, but no one's gotten to 10K, and again, that is no pressure for anyone to get to 10K, so it's not necessary. But yeah, it just means I don't have to worry about that for the immediate future. Alright, so we got those two all settled. Do I want to have anything for my tier 3? I know the tier 1s don't have a heart. And I have some emote sketches. So that I can go... uh-oh, what are you doing? Don't do that. Open, go over to the emote thing. Can maybe render at least 1 or 2. And see how I feel about them. Maybe. Where's the one with the sock? I had a sock heart one. Because there's a heart for tier 2. I figure why not have this be the tier 1 one. Because it's been sitting there for a while. Let's see. So, there we go. Ta-da! Although I might want to redo the line art because it's been a while since I've even touched it. So. Nope. Oh, I had put some regular flat colors in there. Okay. I swear I'd rendered it so it had some flat colors in there. Oh, that's the PSD. Let's see. No, that was the only one there, I swear. So, yeah, I might actually have to do the actual line art myself. There are worse things. Plus, it shouldn't take me forever. Yeah, I definitely hadn't rendered it. Alright, cool. I had sketched this sometime last year, so it's been quite some time. And I think I was using a different thing. But yeah, you can see right there, it's wild, because that's when I had my old name. So, yeah, that is very old. How long has it been since I've changed my name here on Twitch? I think at least a year, maybe 2. I'd say closer to 2 now. Alright, so... pen tool to ink. And let's see. Oh, that's shading. It's flat color. And that's a bit too garish now. Did I want... yeah, it's gonna be too... okay, then what are... okay. Sock. Alright. And then you need to get over here so I can get you to do the thing. Yes. And the flat color. Alright, cool. And then this is the needle. And then, yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any capability to be having any, you know, line texture, so I can repurpose this to just doing the line art. Alright. Let's see. Sock. Line art. Hello? Also, I hope I have not been too loud. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, go back to brush. Alright, close this. Don't want to have too much stuff open at the same time. Modify. No, I don't want to save, because I don't really need to modify that. Alright, and then turn down the opacity on this a bit here. And then, where's my stabilizer at? Oops. Yep. Where's my... Yeah, this dark purple, at least for the line art, should be fine. So, I am gonna do the thing. It might not work out the exact same, so actually I might wanna image, change the image size slightly. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. There it is. Oops. My bad. I pressed the one button that would turn off the music. That doesn't change terribly much. Nope. That didn't even curve remotely. The hell's going on? No. The hell was that? Like I pressed the thing for like a game bar or something. Crap. Hopefully that doesn't close anything. Anyhow, let's get back to this. Nope. Oh, come on. Get back here. Oh, wait, yeah, that's probably why I didn't render. Because like I said, I think I had done this for the last tier 1 emote spot. Expecting to get it a lot sooner. For whatever reason that may be. Alright. Go here. And then kind of give it a little something like that, yeah. Oh, so my neck is already starting to hate me. That's great. It's not even been an hour yet. Although I was hunched over chart stuff and things for socks. Which I am mostly through the leg at this point. Which has gone a lot smoother than the first one. Because I know what the hell's happening this time around. Nope. I don't like that line. I had thought about doing traditional art stuff today, but I was just like, I don't feel like dealing with that setup, so no. Also, yeah, given it's, I don't think it could stand to be diagonal like this. Because if I shrink it down, I'm not sure if anything will be really visible. But hopefully I might be incorrect. I do like the sideways look rather than just flat straight on. But the thing is, I have to be simple and use as much space as humanly possible. So the larger you can get it on a 112 by 112, the better. And obviously, use the least amount of detail. So if you have too much fine details, it's not going to show up. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. All right. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, I might redo that. Yeah, it doesn't look quite right. Because if it's pointing that way, that's going to look way too straight head on. And it's going to look weird. So, let's try it again. Still keep some of it, though. Oh. Also, I do hope this is conveyed that it's a heart. Which it kind of makes me think of like a Lego heart because of the sharp edges to it. Nope. That's still not that great, but let me actually get these lines down here. And then come back to that. I might just erase it and start again. Because I know the sketch point is, you know, a suggestion, so it doesn't have to be exactly that. especially when it's an old sketch I'm working from. Alright, and then, oh yeah, I forgot those lines up there. Those are going to be annoying. Let's see. Turn this off so I can erase quickly. Also, save. Saving is good. Saving makes things not a pain in the ass later down the line. Especially if this thing somehow blue screens or something. Alright, let's turn this line down to like a 7. Stabilize. And then... Oops. That was my phone. Oh well. Should be fine. Alright. Yeah, that one's slightly larger than that one. I very much don't want them to be uneven. But I kind of do want to convey that it's on fabric, so it shouldn't be perfectly straight either. In all the places. Yeah, that line was not quite where it needs to be. Ah! Shannon! Hello. Okay, I'm not getting my alert. Is Streamlabs broke? Okay. There we go. It was just a wee bit delayed. But thank you for the resub. Yay. How you doing? I have book right in front of my face, so that's helpful. Is the pen in there? No, the pen is not in the book. Did I put it back here? Yes, I did. I am just working on emote stuff, and hopefully your workday is going well. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I'm writing you down, and then... Getting that, so let me actually spin the wheel. Where is it? Lots of boo! Boo technical issues. Bad technical issues. Where's my wheel? Which, I'm not sure if you've been around, but as you can see, there we go. The wheel has slightly more options than it used to. Which, 2 of them are stickers, so basically I would need your address so I could mail you sticker and stuff and such. So, let's see what you get, though, before any of that comes into play. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Oh, you got floof. Okay, that works for me. So, and I presume neon is the color of choice when it comes to square color. But you get 1,000 floof, so let me make the wheel disappear. And give you a floof. Come on. Which I reset the currency, so that's actually a good thing that you got that much floof. Which... There you go. Ta-da! Alright, cool. I'd wrote it down anyway, so that works. Thank you again for that resub. Congrats on 10 months. Can't believe it's 10 months already. Okay, where the hell did I... Oh, I was about to say, did I drop my stylus on the floor? No, I did not. Yay! Alright, so... I will go back over here. I'm fiddling around with emote stuff, which I'm not sure, depending on the beat... If you have any of the bit emotes, if you guys can see it yet. I'm waiting for that to actually exist. Because I've changed them in this thing, but they haven't updated yet, so I'm wondering if I need to refresh or something. I'm not sure. Who knows? Oh well. I might have to refresh or something along those lines to get it to show up. I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe having this be the, if not the tier 3, potentially be the emote we get whenever we unlock the last slot for the tier 1s, which we're at the moment currently nearly halfway there. So if we get lucky, which is possible, it could potentially happen this month. But we will see. And last I checked, I don't think it was that far to break. Yep. But I can do a little more work before I decide to take my break, so actually, let's make this a bit bigger. And then so I can basically trim down the edges of this and get it to look like it should. Which it's probably not going to stay this color. Which if it does, I'll definitely have to have the needle be a starkly different color. In order to contrast well enough with this. Alright, I definitely just have enough lines that it conveys, you know, knitting. Although, arguably, it should be 2 of them, but given it's an emote, 1 needle is enough. Like, if these could be bigger, I would arguably put 2 needles. Nope. Nope. Don't do that. Nope. Don't like that. Ah, the hell? I checked if this thing needed updating, and I know it doesn't, so... I know I didn't move the stylus, so those should not be happening. So that's weird. All right. Let's make this a lot smaller. Cut in here. Oh, that's blue also. That needs to go underneath here. So that stops doing that. Oops. How'd that happen? Oh. That explains a lot. Oh, and that's the wrong layer, which is also would explain a lot. Oh, for fuck's sake. How did I manage to do that? That's great. Alright, because oh yeah, because when I moved it, I didn't click back up here. That's fun. Okay, yeah, I should definitely get up and stretch so my neck is not egregiously upset with me before the end of this. So, let me save again. And I'm going to actually go take my first break. So anybody who is hanging out in here, definitely, if you can, get up and stretch or, grab some tea or coffee, whatever may have you. And definitely feel free to play the Plinko or the drop game currently. Both of these on the Be Right Back screen. I have fun. We're having a great Wednesday so far. Hi. Decided earlier to just work on emote stuff today, which for anybody who has access to the bit emotes, there likely is going to be a change at some point whenever they update. Don't know when the hell that'll be. I wonder, have they updated in Discord? I would have to check. I have Discord in front of my face, so it's actually not that difficult of an endeavor. Alright. Let's see. No, they have not updated. Okay, so it's definitely going to take a while for that to even happen. Huh. Alright. It's strange, but alright. Oh yeah, also stickers are a thing, which I need to eventually deal with, so I could potentially fiddle around with that, but I'll do it later. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Anyhow. Not terribly much to discuss on my end. I did not get to watch any more of Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. So, yeah. But given it's the season finale, so I have 4 episodes to watch until, I'm out of episodes for that show. Which I really do enjoy it, and it's very amusing. No, that needs to be a lot. Oh, wait, wrong brush. I was like, I didn't make that one that big. Okay, that's the correct. Alright. Where's the pencil? Okay. And why does that look visible? Unless I'm not doing that correctly. Yeah. Just me being weird. Alright, cool. Some of this stuff is like really minute things that probably will not be visible once it gets squished down to the size it needs to get squished down to, but you know. No. Also, random thought. Does anybody here watch Riverdale? I'm just curious because it's just like, what is happening? Apparently, season 6, they're having a little thing with the girl that starred in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which ended after 4 seasons. Which I didn't realize how it was ended until I looked at the comments for the season 6 trailer, which they do good trailers, but it's like once you get to the actual show itself, it's just like, what the hell, guys? What is any of this? Because they have a very weird plot hole filled approach of getting from point A to point B of a plot. But it's like, at this point, it kind of feels like they're trying to be Archie's Weird Mysteries. Just a bit darker. Which, does anybody remember that one? I enjoyed that one. I don't think I got to see much of it. I think I saw reruns when they showed it on TV. Do. Come on. Do the thing. I am hoping to stay the full 3 hours today. More than likely I might, but if I don't, I might have to end early. Which early, I mean like on time. Just because I started like 40, well, close to 40 minutes late. Which definitely should not be happening for a while thanks to, you know, laundry. Alright. Nope. Also wrong. Also, I'm just suddenly thinking about Archie's Weird Mysteries. When I have not seen that. I think they showed reruns on, like, say... Was it CW? No, I don't think it was CW. It might have been pre-CW? Channel 11? Who knows? I remember it was like a weird thing they sometimes showed on the weekends. I forget which one they belong to. But more than likely 11. Although 11 is like a mesh of like CBS and the WB. So one of those networks, I think, owns that show. Alright. Nope. Which I'm doing it this way so I don't have to do the line art for all this, just to make my life a wee bit easier. Okay, that one's fine. Not that I mind line art or anything like that, but sometimes it could be a pain. Also, I think at some point I might have to, depending on when that shows up, probably gonna have to help out with some groceries. Hopefully I do not have to take a pause, but more than likely I'll have to. Also, okay, yeah, the bot should be working if that thing popped up in chat, but it has not said anything, which is very weird. Yeah, normally it would pop out something in chat every so often. Although I think because, you know, everybody's not terribly chatty today, which is completely fine. But, nope, did not mean to do that. Crap. And... okay, how about if I hide that? Oh, that line's not even connected. That's not good. How do I feel about these? Nee. This I can erase because I don't like it. I think I might actually drift down a little bit too far. So that might be the actual problem. Alright. Yeah, let me connect those lines, which, yeah, a couple of them are not connected. Yikes. Oops, wrong thing. That's the key to make that smaller. So, yeah, that's all the same layer. So, let's get these lines connected. Nope. Nope. Okay, I very much appreciate if you'd stop doing that. Alright. And I apparently missed a spot or two because that's slightly broken. Okay, what layer is that? The hell? How did that happen? I must have been doing something and it completely... It put that on there somehow. That's weird. So I don't remember touching any sort of stamp that it would do that. So, yeah, that's weird. So, I'm also in the midst of, or at least I should be, I haven't gotten to that yet, but should be in the midst of cleaning up the Discord of all the Redbubble stuff, given I'm not using that anymore. So, I need to get going with that. That and Patreon, any post involving that I've put on there. I need to get rid of that. Also, whoops. Apparently, it's not fully connect these lines either. Nope. Speak of the goddamn devil. Let me just clean this up over here. And then I'm gonna go see about that because that's probably goddamn groceries. I swear she's a pain in the ass. Alright. Save. And sorry about this. I'm going to go on a quick break. Long one. Wrong one. Damn it. Here we are. We're back. Hi, back to the land of coffee shop movie music and emotes. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Sorry about that. Have hauled things successfully inside. And hopefully won't be interrupted again. Maybe. Who knows? Alright, what was I doing? think I was cleaning up things. Have I noticed? Hold on. Let me go into... Because I had the pressurized setup there. It's supposed to do the thing. Oh. I'll have to restart the thing if I do that. Never mind. I'll leave that alone. That's something I'll probably have to fiddle with later. Never mind. Do 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 do. If this were larger, I'd consider putting some, like, knit texture to it. But given the size it's gonna be, it literally makes no sense to do so. So, probably shouldn't. Also, let's change that line color here. Although, I might do wee bits of... Okay. Right, like that. Yeah. Let's see. Clean that over. Oops. I keep pressing that and I keep meaning to press this. Oops. On the plus side of having to deal with the groceries, at least I managed to get some lifting in. So there's that at least. Alright. Yeah, it's in there. But let me... Nope. I thought that might be a little bit too close. Although, let's make this disappear. Yeah, that was off-centered. Last I saw this. Which I'm going to be changing the color of that. Minerva! Hi! I saw you came on. So I'm guessing you finished off for today already. Must have been a quick stream. How are you doing? What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. I think I might have to shrink this a wee bit smaller. And then go over here. I'm fiddling around with some emote stuff here. New job's like, oh yay! That is awesome news. How is new job going? Ugh. I mean, other than it's cold and I hate it. The usual. Looking for job stuff and things. So on and so forth. Alright, also, yeah, that needs to come on. I think. Yeah, then I'll have to come back here. Fair, fair. Very much better than, you know, being roasted alive. But if it feels like I need to go hide under several blankets, that is also not fun for me personally because I get cold easily. So once it starts getting cold, I tend to be very annoyed. But again, better than 100 degrees. So, you win some, you lose, I suppose. Also, let's see, are emote things on? No, emotes have still not changed. That's weird. Don't know why. Because I updated the bit emote, so the 1K and the 5K slots are now filled. This, I'm thinking maybe this might be whatever fills the last tier 1 emote slot, which that has not been unlocked yet, but I want to at least have something done so I could put it in there. If that ends up being the case, then this might be it, because this was an old thing I did. And I'm like, let me just use this and see what happens. Although, I'm gonna need to do a little curve there, aren't I? So that gets filled. There. Advanced color. Oh yeah, I already have the color. So let me... Oh wait, that was already on. Cool. I wasn't sure. Yeah, the 1K one was already filled. I just needed to tweak the colors of the hype emote, which, given I changed it, it's not showing up on the thing anymore. But I just wanted the colors to be similar to the rest of the emotes to create some solidarity, so it doesn't look too disorganized. Nope, not curved enough. But yeah, I've have other stuff I've been meaning to work on, but I really wanted to do some emotes today. Because they're, least fiddly. Plus it involves the least amount of detail. Yeah, I figured it would be right out of there. So, unless I go here and then cut the line a little bit short, which is most likely what I'm going to need to do. Yeah, no, that's not quite right either. Alright. Oops. Oh, that's what the 3 key does in here. Okay. That's not what I wanted, but okay. I'll definitely have to make note of that. Because I was trying to tilt the canvas, which is right next to there. Multitude of other things. Ooh, cardigan! What pattern? I have not made a cardigan. But they are nice and appealing. Better. See, this is what happens. Nice. I like their patterns. I have a sock pattern of theirs. It's a colorwork pattern that I really do want to get to doing. If not this year, probably next year. Like Alice in Wonderland, but I would probably need a good chunk of multicolor, which I think I have enough of the groovy colorway for that to work, and then a nice solid sweater years ago. Quadrat. I don't know that sweater, but that doesn't mean much. So, let's see. Copy, search. Search Google. Being able to highlight and search things is nice. Let's see. Quadrat pullover. And okay, that's what that is. Oh! Oh, that has the lattice. Ooh, that's pretty. That is pretty. I like the look of that. Which, for anybody wondering what I'm oohing and on over words are great. It's this one. It is pretty. Which I have not looked too far into their things, but they have very, very helpful things like this, patterns and other such information. But I really do like that. And it definitely feels like suited for a dark color. Also, let me tilt this canvas back so everyone can stop staring at that in that direction. And then there it is. Made it in a heathered teal. Ooh. Heathered colors are usually nice. And I like the thought of a heathered teal. Alright. Sorry, I keep not warning people I'm gonna zoom in that much, but I keep spotting things that annoy me. Also, I forgot that's not that color. Whoops. Also, that's the wrong layer anyway. God damn it. Really need to stop doing that. Alright. Yeah, that means I'll have to change what these colors are, which I was gonna do that anyway. So, let's see. Clear the layer. Because those colors are too garish and bright. Alright. Where are we going? Oh yeah, I need the thing for the view. No, not full canvas only. Where's the thing? Because there's a thing to insert a layer. Import, yeah, there we go. Import. Import layer. So I don't have to go flipping back and forth like I was doing before. Sheep, sheep, sheep. Sheep. Where's the thing? Oh, wait, no. I know galaxy is actually the first letter. There it is. Huh. That's why I keep that as a JPEG. Alright, so colors there. Let's see. I think this will probably have to be this color. And then this. I need to make that a lot smaller now. And then let me turn off the stabilizer for now. It's only when I'm trying to clean up the edges and so forth that I really need the stabilizer tool. Which I'm gonna have to delete this once I'm done with the colors, so it'll be pixelated again, so I can export that, or I could just make it invisible, like so. Which would probably be easier on me. Come on. Alright. For now, although I'll probably have to zoom in at some point and spot check some areas. Like so. And let's see. Probably. No, I would have to change that maybe. Alright, do I want that to be the dark? Maybe this color. Also, speaking of sweaters, I have the flax on my needles. I need to get back to that, but I need to finish commission sock in order to get back to those. To get back to the sweater. I started it much earlier this year, but I had to put it down because I didn't take it with me when I went out of state for like a couple months. Well, yeah, I don't have terribly much, but considering I'm doing the Hexy Puff thing, I don't need that much. I can just take a Hexy Puff with me, essentially. Because those are small and easy to get in, you know, any sort of backpack or things like that. Although I really do need to have like an easy pair of socks I can just take with me anywhere. Because commission socks are not easy. It's chart related. Although once I get to like the toe or the heel, it's probably going to be fine. But other than those areas, I have to basically stare at the chart like no tomorrow. which is unfortunately not conducive for, streaming or anything of that ilk. Alright. Alright, do I want gray on the background? I don't know. Because it would help break up the color if I did that. Also, yeah, I need to fix that line there too. Make you a lot smaller so I can get into the spaces. I still have to... if I recall at one point, weren't you at least thinking about dyeing some yarn for socks or something along those lines? I forget. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure you were. If memory serves. Okay, yay! Yeah, I was like, I swore that was a thing. Okay, cool. Thank you, memory, for not proving me wrong. Thank you. Oop, yeah, it doesn't like that word. No matter how many times I've shoved it through, and dear God, that sounds wrong. No matter how many times I've like moved it along, it flags that word. So I don't know what to tell you. If you they were tested for a sweater using, but they'll be socks. Ah. What kind of colors you got going with it? Because I've always wanted to dye, but A, I need the space. It's one of those things, it's like, I know once I start playing around with that, it's gonna get ridiculous up in here. I did it with food coloring. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a good way to start. My only thing is I just don't want the stuff coming off of my hands or whatever may have you. Alright. Oops. You got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby. Wonder why that song popped into my head just now. Let's see. Mottled hot pink. A splotch violet, since the dye breaks. Yeah, it's gonna break into the blues and the purple, which that's really cool. But if you want it to be, one solid color, it's annoying. Alright, although, yeah. My neck complains. Alright. Alright. There. Got those little splotches there. Alright, for now we're good. Although, let me fix that little issue that I've got going right there. Oops. Ah, damn it. There we go. I keep pressing something and making everything just disappear. Well, not closing, but it's like everything get minimized. And I really wish I would stop doing that. Because it's getting real annoying. Yeah, that's like the second time today. I don't know why I keep doing it. It's like, why? And that's not something I've ever done before, so I don't know what combination of buttons I'm pressing when I'm trying to do Ctrl Z and doing other things. Who knows? Alright, let's see. Oops. Alright, so colors I currently have, although obviously I'll have to change what that is to suit this. Although I think, let's see. That's what I thought. Lock this layer and just get up here. Oh, that's that same color. Who would have thought? Yeah. Probably this. And then maybe this be one of the dark colors here. Two, three, do. Yeah, I went past the line, like I figured I would. The hell, guys. There we go. There. Yeah, I just wanted to get that. Alright. But if I do this... do this color and then reverse it so this is gray. And add like the lighter colors down here to show that's ribs. I don't know. Yeah, because I want to make sure I know which one's which I'm going for. Alright, so... Oh, I forgot I just did that, so that's not gonna do like that. So I can go like this, and then also the magic of locking layers, so I don't have to worry about going outside the line as far as this is concerned. Oh yeah, that's gonna blend in with that, so I might have to do a different shade. It's one of those things I gotta pay attention to when it comes to colors like that. Alright, pick this up and fix the inside of here. Let's make you a lot smaller. Speaking of emote stuff and things, I really wish that I had the follower emotes. I'm not sure if that's... No, I don't think that's actually partner only, if I recall, because I'm pretty sure at least one or two people that I follow are not... Yeah, I don't think so, because I swear I've seen Looney have it. I swear to God. But I would have to check. Let's see. Follower emotes. Beta. Yeah, let me check the information just to make sure I'm not getting my wires crossed. This product is currently available in beta to select partners and affiliates with instant upload eligibility. So yeah, not just partners. Yeah, I was like, I swear. Okay, so I'm not making... Yeah, so it's like, I guess it's like slowly rolling out to everyone, essentially, is what's happening. Which, this has been for like a couple of months now, so I'm just like, I'm surprised I don't have it yet. This and the animated, but I don't think terribly many people have the animated ones that are not partner, but I'd have to check that too. Let's see. Anna, or at least that they were rolling it out. Relaunch, blah, 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 create, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, that might be a partner-only thing by the looks of it. Yeah, that might just be a partner-only thing. Alright. Easy, blah, blah. Alright, yeah, that might just be a partner-only. That one I might have gotten switched up. Alright. Harvest Girl, hello! The way they were talking about it, they made it sound like they were going to eventually roll it out to affiliates at some later point in the year, but I imagine given everything that has happened in like the past few weeks with the whole Twitch getting hacked to hell is not making things like that a priority for the moment, which is fine. No, I presume. One thing I can say, I'm glad the whole hate raid crap has seemed to have, at least based on what I've seen, died down. I don't know if that's a thing for everyone. Because I imagine there could still be people dealing with that garbage. So hi, I am doing emote stuff, which, this might be what our last emote for our tier 1 slot, whenever that gets to be unlocked, might be. Haven't decided yet. Yeah, I haven't heard anything, so I think they finally, like, at least maybe for the moment, potentially has died down. Fingers crossed. Personally, I've not gotten a hate raid. I've gotten those stupid bot things, and those sucked. But other than that, thankfully nothing of note. Not recently anyways, but hopefully that will come to a conclusion soon enough. They'll get bored and wander over elsewhere, or, you know, stop altogether. Would be the preferred thing of choice. Because I don't want anybody else dealing with this shit either. Although I do feel bad for the actual original Haas. Because it has to suck that your name gets hijacked for crap like this. Like, imagine you have to reflexively apologize even though you know not you're doing for things like that. Alright. How do I feel? Maybe. Or I can go really deep purple for the middle. Maybe. And have the needle be the gray color. So, like, swap these two, essentially. Which would not be the worst thing ever. Although that'll mean I'll have to change the line art color for this so that's a lot more visible. Yeah, I'll change it to this gray color so I can actually see it. Whoops. Nope. There it is. If I blend it in with... And there we go. Pick up this color, go down here for flats. Also, I'm probably going to take my second break soon enough just because I had stayed on here a wee bit just because I had to go and do grocery stuff and things, so I should have taken my break like 20 minutes ago, but given the whole... That took about 20 minutes to go do all of that. I figured I'd just work on this instead. But my neck definitely needs a break. So I'm gonna see about this. Clean off the edges right now. Oops. Come on. Why? I love it. Hey, I'm gonna go take a break, and this thing starts to rebel. Who told you rebelling was okay? In this case, it is not. Yep. It's like, oh, everything's fine. I'll just go do this thing. Everything goes to hell. Totally jinxed myself. Oh. But at least in this case, the undo button, plus the whole being able to paint over these areas, allows for some error to be made. Without it being catastrophic in any way. There it is. Alright, there's a little, I see a couple little tiny dark specks, but I can probably spot clean those afterwards. I just want it to be generally alright. Save? I think I might mess with those stitches up top when I come back, because I don't like how it looks. So, I'll fiddle with that afterwards. But I'm gonna go take my break. Because as usual, my neck is complaining at me, which is usually how it works. When I'm doing art things, my neck definitely complains, because I think it's based on how I tend to definitely strain myself whenever I'm trying to do things, so that is not helpful. But yeah, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. You can play the Plinko and the beer. The drop game. I was about to say the BRB game. The drop and the Plinko game on the Be Right Back screen. Alrighty. Ad should be just about over. Yeah, ads should be just about over. So it's not going to bother anybody for the next 30 minutes. So... Oh, before we get back to the drawing stuff and things, let me show you the sock pattern I was talking about. Alice in Wonderland socks. Escape reality. They're essentially like reflections of each other, so it's like the colors are reversed on each sock. Which I really am. Yeah, given its color work, I'll have to use 2s for a good chunk of it. Oh yeah, this has no E's, so yeah, I definitely will need to have... my size 2s, because my color work I tend to be a wee bit tight. I'm not sure what yarn. Again, might be the... Yeah, I've had that on my eye for like at least a year. I will eventually get to those. We will see. Also, is it dark? Okay, good. Not dark in here. I wasn't sure. Alright. Okay. Let's spot clean a bit. Oops. Yep. I don't know why. Jeans are right there. Because there's a couple of things that were not fully dry. Because the thicker stuff is not going to dry in there. Mm-hmm. Okay, then that's the line color then. If I'm seeing little specks like that. Alright, so let's go over here. Grab this color. Okay, that's weird. It's one or the other. Yeah, that should definitely not be... Yeah. Like, the color's not changing for some reason in those areas. And the color does exist, so... Not sure what's going on there. Also, whoops, I apparently missed this area on the flat color. Okay, then how is that over that? If the line art's all the way up here, that should not be visible whatsoever. That's strange? Like, really goddamn strange. Yeah. Like, I don't understand what's going on right there. At all. Yeah, you can see specks of, like, really dark color. So, not sure what's going on here. Let's see. If I go in here again... Okay, that's really strange. So if I take away the flat color, yes. So that's in the flat color area then. But given the liner is above it by a lot, that shouldn't matter. So, the hell is going on? I'm guessing it might be these are outside of the line and that's why it's not doing the thing like it's supposed to. Is my only thing I could potentially suspect be the issue. Oh, wrong. Whoops. Wrong layer. Whee! Yep, that's what the issue is. Okay. So I'm like, the color should be uniform, so that's odd. But yeah, it's just a me issue. Alright. I didn't think that would be anything that would affect it, but okay. Alright. Which means I'll have to spot check those areas to make sure there aren't any like weird dark bits such as that. Like this. Oh, so speaking of socks, I realize I'm kind of going around in circles while doing this, but I also want to do some plaid socks, which probably be like the same sort of pattern as the hat, so I wouldn't really need anything for that. And that would be a nice mindless pattern to do, probably on stream at some point. Which, given that's color work, that would probably be my twos. Although I think given the way that this works out, there could be a little bit of leeway, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Not terribly much, though. Although I'd probably have to figure out the math on that, but that shouldn't be anything substantially hard. Because it's like 12, since it's 6 for the square, 6 by 6 stitch-wise, I think. And then like 6 in between. Also, it is a shame I somehow don't have plaid socks already. Like, it's weird to me. Also, that's why that's so goddamn dark. Didn't realize that would affect out here as well. Great. Annoying, but at least I know why that's going on, at least. So, I said I was going to change this to gray at some point. Oops. There. It's only times like these where I kind of wish I decided to go with a tablet with some hotkeys, but eh. That and when I have to Central Z like 15,000 times in an area. Oh. Okay, stop doing that. Okay, so I'm fussing over this, like, in the end, this will be a serious issue, given, you know, emote size. A good chunk of this you will not see whatsoever. But I will know, and it will bother me. So, yeah. I pay attention to those things. Okay, when did you... Not that. Alright. Although, arguably, it'd probably be better if I had, like, say, a slightly lighter... Okay, that is not me that time. Why does that keep happening? I keep switching to the eraser, and I swear at this point I did not switch to the eraser. That is really weird. I don't think I've seen it do that before. I hope I don't need to add some goddamn software or something. Because usually it starts behaving weird like this when it needs an update of some kind. I know I've updated the actual program but I still need to update some other things. No worries. Thank you for hanging out. Not gonna be on for that much longer, I'd say. Like 15 minutes? About 15 minutes or so. But definitely glad to see you. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Let's see. Where are we? Here. And then expand here. Okay, yeah, that is definitely this thing. What the hell is going on? Why does it keep doing that? Okay, that's this color. Why is back there being weird? Okay, the fuck's going on here? Alright, so I'm gonna quickly close the program, save what I have, close the program, come back, because it is starting to be a weirdo right now, and I don't know why. Yes, I just said save. Yeah, this thing definitely needs to have a nice fresh restart, which is weird. I have not been using it for that long. It's only been under 3 hours, so it should not be having any obnoxious issues right now. So I don't know what the deal is. Also, the mic is way far away from my face, but given how loud I've kind of been the entire time, that's probably a good thing. Alright. Gonna turn this back on and see if this thing will actually goddamn behave. Because, yeah, it is definitely having a moment. Alright. Loading resources, brush, bundles. Loading main window. And there it is. Ta-da! Let's see. Will you stop being weird now? I very much like to know. Also, why are there splotches of gray on here? I don't understand. Yeah. Is it because of this? Because of the solid color in there like that? Causing that to behave that way? That is the only thing I could think of right now. But, let's see. Once I change this flat here. Oh. I forgot to lock the layer. Okay, even though I locked the layer, it's still doing the thing? I don't understand. Like, it's going on top of that, even though I am down here. That is really strange. What the fuck is happening? Okay. What is your problem? Like, legitimately, what is your problem right now? No, I don't want to save. Also, I had 2 of them open, but that was my fault because I double-clicked. Huh. Okay. But yeah, it looks like it's doing... Okay. That... Let's see. Flat colors, lock the layer. Okay, so it's going where it's supposed to go. Well, the color looks like it's coloring over this color, and it's really driving me nuts right now. Although it might help once I change the color. It could just be, you know, optical illusion fun times. And then... No. Yeah, that's supposed to be up here, so... Anything I do down here should not be affecting it, so... I don't understand. Yeah. Like up here, it's supposed to be that color. So, if I make that disappear, that's entirely gray. when it's supposed to be another color. And I don't understand what's going on. I don't think I did anything to change anything, so what in the bloody hell is happening? Huh. All I'm trying to do is draw something. You stop being a pain in the ass. Alright, let's see. If I make this pink, is it? Yeah. Yeah. Like this weird discoloration happening in the midst of this thing. Unless, let's see. Oh, that would do it. Hold on. Because this is set to luminosity. I don't remember call it. Ha! God damn it. Why are things hating me today? Ugh. I don't recall pressing that, so I'm not sure why that's happening. Because that's not an effect I need in this one. Okay. Alright. I was so goddamn confused. But at least problem is solved. Cool. Alright. And then pick this color. Go down, well actually up here. Yeah. So I can do that. But yeah, that's really weird. That probably also explains the color on the lines getting all wonky. Sorry. Spot clean that. But it also means I didn't have to close the thing. But it's too late now for that one, so oh well. Let's see. Nope. Don't do that. I just need that little spot right here. Thank you. And then here with the flat color. Yeah. I knew I'd missed a spot. Alright. Nope. Oh. It'd be great if I stopped doing that. Is that? No, that's not a speck there. Alright, cool. Also, I apparently missed that little spot right there. Is that a speck on my screen? No. It's moving, so that is a speck in here. Although, given it's not this layer, and it's not this layer. Whoops. Nope. Nope. Ah, okay. Cool. When it comes to smaller things like this, at least you don't have to go through like 20 layers to be like, hey, where's that spot? Which is always a fun game. Especially when it... Oh, come on. It's still doing the eraser thing. That should not be happening. So I'm not sure what the issue is with that. Because I didn't select it. Unless there's a thing to change. Let's see, hold on. No, that doesn't go to eraser. Then why does eraser keep happening? Alright. That is really strange. Really, really strange. Ba-da-da-da-da. Alright. Am I happy with these colors? Yes or no? I like these. And probably keep the needle that color. I'm not sure if I want this to be the saturated Oh, I could probably use that in shading if I want to. So maybe turn this into this color. Although that'll blend in too much, so. Is this the, yeah, the slightly darker one. Let's see. Go with the airbrush. Okay, that layer's a lot. Cool. Make this smaller, and then yeah, because I just want that to not be too much. And then, let's see. Shading. Which is not going to be a ton of that. So I'll have to do that. Turn down the opacity a lot. And then it's kind of like giving the sock a little blush or something. Which amuses me. Also, nope. Let's turn that down too. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Although I'll need to change that to this color. Nope. What? Okay. Why? And change the eraser again. Also, that's the wrong layer anyway. Because that's on its own separate layer. I forgot. But still, I really would like that to stop changing to the eraser. Like, it's starting to get irritating now. Like, real irritating. And what's this? Okay, that looks like flat color that linked in there that I didn't properly. More than likely. Let's go down here and see if I'm correct on that hypothesis. Yep, I'm correct. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Alright. Okay. Also, what's that? Yeah. Probably when I was up there before. I think. If that's not the flat color, that's the... Yeah, that's the flat color, actually. Nope. Wrong color. It's the lightest of the purples that I've got here. And then... there's tiny gaps here and there. That's one of those I can look over later. That's not something that would take me too long to fix. Alright. Alright, let's zoom out and see how I feel. Although, I'll need to do this. And then... okay, this is at 25%, but this is 10 times the size of what it would look like. So, basically, if I did one... what's its face? 112 by 112 and had it at 100%, it would show you what more likely it would look like. Julie! Hi! How are you doing? Long time no see. How are you? Not gonna be on for terribly much longer, like a couple more minutes, but I hope you're doing well. How is your Wednesday evening? I'm just here fiddling around with emote stuff and apparently not realizing what my settings are on in some places. Which is fun. And by fun, I mean torturous. Let's see. How do I feel about changing that color to the pinks? I gotta say, well, yeah, it's, what, almost 10? Yeah, almost 10 for you, if not almost 11. So I forget, 5 or 6 hours ahead. Alright, line art. But yeah, today has been me fiddling around with emote stuff and things. Because that is not something I do terribly often. 1/2 past. Okay. I was like 5 or 6, but it's 6. Alright. Although time changes for you guys pretty soon. So we're gonna be probably out of sync for like 2 weeks. I hate time change. I mean, yes, we get 1 more hour for now. But that makes things annoying. Because you're... Fulfillment. Yay! Also, yay gift card. A bit early, but yay gift card. Or was this a previous Christmas gift card that you weren't sure what to do with, which that would make complete sense. Alright. Yeah, I think I want this to stay like this, color-wise. That allows it to stand out a little bit more. Stripy scarf in time for... Yay! Yay, stripy scarf. Alright. Oh, I gave my dad the... Ah! Okay. That makes sense. Alright, do the thing. Yeah, basically I'm fiddling. You received it now, just in time for colder weather. Nice. Yeah, that's been my thing. It's cold and I hate it. Although, I have all the crafty stuff I can wear, so I don't freeze. So it's not like, you know, worst thing in the world, but still. Alright. I mean, yes, post-summer of why is it we're boiling alive, I completely understand that, but it's just more, I get cold easily, so... Cold time of year and I tend to not be friends. I think I've been told I look perpetually upset. When the air's cold enough to hurt my face. Yeah, nope. I'll be grumpy. I'll be grumpy. Oh. Alright, so... I think I can go at this with maybe a little bit of this to lighten the color a little bit. Well, it's not too stark of a contrast, but still dark enough it's noticeable. Alright, I am on the right layer. I just want to be sure. Also, what's that? Is that the flat? No. That's up there. Alright, then why are we like this? As long as my... Fair. A wool sweater, a wool skirt, and wool... all the wool things! Which, yeah, given this time of year, it is probably best that you're working on all the wool things. Alright, let's make you a lot smaller. It's not... I mean, yes, things could easily be worse. I complain, but it's like... It easily could be worse. I stepped outside, and it wasn't that bad today, but... It's gonna, you know, go back down again. Which is what I don't look forward to. Not by any measure. Alright, is that a line? No, this. Okay, that's what that spec is. That's what I thought. But what does that do about here? Pointing out that I'm wearing a lot of wool when it's not even properly. Fair. Fair. But it's comfy, so not the worst thing either. Alright, I think there's like 1 or 2 spots I can maybe spot check. Comfy is always a good thing to be. Lagging with the turning. Oh no. That is not fun. Hopefully it will cooperate sometime soon. Oops, I keep pressing that button. Hopefully that does not turn into the eraser for like the 15th time today. Because I think I'll scream. I think I will actually full on screen if it does that again. Okay, that's this. Alright, cool. And then... Alright, so the no commercial timer has run out, so I'm gonna probably take that as my cue to leave, because also my neck is starting to do the thing where it's not happy with me. So, yeah. This is what we've got on possible last of my tier 1 emotes, whenever that slot gets unlocked. Which, whenever that happens, it happens. I just felt like working on emote stuff, so here we go. So, this plus also the... Where's the other ones? There's the 1K and the 10... No, 5K. I don't have the 10K. 1K and the 5K bit emotes are also done too. Enjoy that. Thank you! I was very glad to see you. Let's go here and then have a face. Yep, have a face. Also, have a very aggravated neck. Ow. Like, I can feel it, so it's probably nerve back there. Ow. I can reach back there. It's like, nope, you're not doing that either. Alright, so, thank you, Shannon, again, for that resub. I very much appreciate it. I will be back again Friday, doing the stuff with Yarn. Might be plying Yarn. We'll see. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you guys again soon. I could host somebody, but... yeah, I could actually reasonably host somebody. Given that there's a good chunk. Aw, thank you. And I'm glad everything seems to be going well. I said I could host, and it's like, do I feel like hosting anybody right now? Actually, no, I can... Mr. Artbrains, I can host him. Alright, cool. I'm gonna put on the end screen and then do the host thing. See you guys soon, and bye!